Good evening. Hello, everybody. How we doing? Hello, Ray. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Rick. Hard boil. Huh? You a hard-boiled orco? Are you just a dick? Yeah, you're a dick, aren't you? We made it to Friday, everyone. Huzzah. Just dick. Yeah, not even a private dick. Up and down the street, you're a knob to everyone. Hello. Yes. This is what I have to work with. How are we, everyone? How is your Friday? Hopefully your weeks, while they may have been stressful, are now just like, yeah, weekend. And the next few weeks, lots of bank holidays. Hello from the kitchen, Kira. Hello, Kira in the kitchen. Hello, Kira in the kitchen. Weird week for Kathy. Next week's your last at work. Oh, wow. Still can't believe you had the moxie to quit. I can never do that. I'm so... Oh. Hello, DJ Olga, Catherine, and the weekend. Also, Ray. Oh, shouts that. Hello, DJ Olga, Catherine, and the weekend. I'm Ray. I'm in the same house as, but he's in a different room. What? Could have done it more dramatically. I mean, look, the day I quit, if I ever get the moxie to quit my job, I am flouncing out. I'm getting the flappiest coat I can, probably my Doctor Who scarf as well. I'm gonna flounce. That's how you quit a job. From work remote, can't storm someone's office, slam down an envelope in the desk. Oh, yeah. Hello. Rewatch Kira's Darth. Oh, yes, Darthing. To get some good stomps on. Stomps and swishes. That's what you need. Time to have a smart day, but feeling a lot less stressed, which is good. And getting time to work on hobbies, which is nice. And you're bloody smart, you are. You're bloody smart. You're getting a job. You've got the big brains. Hack their email notification to play a thunderous fanfare. Oh, that would be good. So, iSysAdmin, a system at work. It's the core monitoring system that we use for our network. And it's got built-in audio notifications whenever there are alarms, but it's this like robot voice, and it's just like, there is one new critical alarm. So first thing everyone does is just, what's causing that voice? How do I switch it off? DJ, how do I switch it off? Yeah. It's not one of the things you can customize. It's quite customizable software, but you can't upload your own sound files. Because I can lock the options. I could force those sound files to be on. But I would only do that if I could upload my own files. And, like if there's a major alarm, it'll probably just be a boop. Just a little, a little boop, like you get on a phone. But then when there's like a critical alarm, I want to have a ooga, ooga. Just have your computer going ooga every time there's a critical alarm. I think it would be brilliant. I mean, it's that or something from the buttons.
Food poisoning?
All I know is I made myself a sandwich and it didn't agree with me.
Smart. Yes, you're smart. Ooga! Oh, there's some good neck tats. Yes. Don't let that stop me. Find out where the boss lives. Ring the doorbell. Toss the envelope with their feet. Yes. Rick's on day 11 of working. Oh, blimey, Rick. You work a lot. I do hope they reward you well for all this work that you do. There's a good local band, local to Sheffield, yes, called Awooga. Check them out. Queeks, hello. Time to quirse my French with some tea. Hello, Queeks. Hope your weekend's going well. Right. Oh, hello, Snarf. You snuck in. Or was it the Awooga? Snarf now responds to Awoogas, apparently. Craig Charles might be stealing him from me. Eek, squeaks! Hello. Nobody's cashed in yet. We haven't even started the game. Why don't you go lie down in the bed, and then you'll hear me. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, just give her treats now, man. Shut up, Larry. You know the rules of the treats. You cheated the other day. Shut up, Larry. What does Blarry... how does your Awooga go? Awooga! Awooga! There you go. So. Confession time. The other night, when I ended up putting both plates down for Snarf, because Dickhead here hadn't shown up, and Snarf ate both of them. And so Dickhead I was just like, well, sorry, sorry, mate, you know. I keep calling you Dickhead Orko. That's wrong of me. I know. I should call you the other one. So the other one, comes up and he's being a bit of a pest, and I'm like, well, you missed your chance. You missed your chance. And then I felt sorry, so I grabbed a little handful of Dreamies and I put them in the box thing, this thing down here, and got him to go in. And then I took that picture of his butt poking out. So, was it cheating? Really? I slept with someone else, but was it cheating? Am I on a different camera angle? No, I'm just sitting at a jaunty angle because the television's up there with where the game will be. So I'm just having a jaunty angle. Plus Snarf's down here. So hello, Snarf. You've snuck closer to me. You're giving me a look. So yeah, I'm just being jaunty tonight. Felt less like a cheat and more like training. I know. You buy a nice thing for the cats to sit in. Do they sit in it? No. I tried, but fell away. They weren't bothered. They weren't bothered. Huh? Okay. This is funny. Right, so Orca plonked himself in the corner there, and Snarf's down there. Hi, Snarf. Snarf just sort of like went, oh, hello, Orca, and just like leaned his head back. Yeah, it's just a jaunty angle. Just a normal angle. Just a jaunty angle. DJ's on a different angle. Right, talking of video games, shall we play a video game? I was trying to remember where we were. This hasn't been a very memorable game, or maybe it's just that I keep having these big gaps in between playing it. That's the wrong mouse. That's a mouse I don't actually need. What I need is this button, so you can see what I'm looking at up there. That's it. I've been sitting at this jaunty angle, just looking at the Windows XP desktop, just admiring the lush green hills of Windows XP. Is it jaunty? Right, okay, mouse. Hello, mouse. Hello, Discworld Noir. And pause the spooky music. Yes. Hello. The sunlit uplands. Yet no stream tomorrow. I'm going back to Swansea. It's a friend's birthday. She lives in the sunlit well, she lived in the uplands. She lives in Mount Pleasant now. Very noir. Right. Gonna use a keyboard. Gotta turn the keyboard on. Session 3. Load it, please. I think it's selected. I've got the gamma all the way up so you can... Right. So, I watched the YouTube video. I watched the last few minutes of the YouTube video. It's weird watching yourself and listening to yourself. I used to be able to listen to myself. I listen to myself as I'm talking. Then I listen to myself on television. I sound like that. I sound, Anyway, right. So move that mouse away from those buttons so Walker doesn't end the stream with his bum. Right, so we went to the pier building. We finally got in and we looked at what happened with the cargo. And we can't go there anymore because we're finished with it. But the cargo was, hello bats, some wine that was delivered to Cafe Ankh and something else that was delivered to the Guild of Archaeologists. And we've got some things. We've got a photo.
Reagan was Count von Uberwald's driver and confidant. He'd paid me to find him, or to find out what had happened to him, and had given me this picture of him to help.
So the Count wants us to find this dude.
The only time I saw Monday, he was playing with this coin, a metallic flat disc with a square hole in the center. The coin had markings on one side that I couldn't read. It wasn't from any nation I'd ever heard of.
Right, so remember Monday, he was killed, wasn't he? And we've been framed for his murder. I'm remembering plot. Got me the PC instead of yelling out of my pocket. Oh, DJ in my pocket. There's a toy idea. Make it Mattel. Right. Okay, cool. So, notes about the sword. A sword, yes. A golden sword.
Horst had spoken of a golden sword.
Right.
And it was apparent that he thought I had it.
Right.
The Milka had been carrying some wine barrels that were shipped
Wine
to the Cafe
barrels.
Ankh.
Right, yes.
Somewhere between the Milka and the warehouse, Carlotta's crate had disappeared.
Ah,
According
cunning.
to Carlotta, it wasn't important, but I still wanted to know where it was. The Milka had been carrying crates under the name Varberg, and those crates were now in the Guild of Archaeologists.
So these are things we're going to be following up on. Right, what else is happening? The golden sword is a thing. What's this? Oh, we still got the murders, the counterweight killings, which Mondays was meant to look like and wear a suspect force. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we still haven't found anything about Sapphire. There's more to do in the gambling den for that. Jasper Horst is the troll mob boss, who may or may not be involved. Well, Fix wants us to find the sword. What's going on? Malachite still wants to find Therma. Yeah, Monday was upside down and counterweight killing like Malachite. Still don't really know what's going on with Ilson 2 Conquers. Alkali, no, we don't really know much about. Oh, that thing. That code. What about that code? Right, okay, fine. Let's do some things. Let's do some things. Imagine Nathan Barley's pocket decks. Want to know that there's a DJ in my pocket. It's a really annoying ringtone. It's a really annoying ringtone. I have a love-hate relationship with Nathan Barley. First time I watched it, I was like, what is this? What? Everyone's so hateful. Why should we be watching this? Then I watched it again and realised, oh yeah, everyone is actually kind of hateful. That's why you should watch it. So I have this weird love-hate relationship with it. But I always do remember the line about, does Claire's phone number have an H in it? Which just stuck with me. Right, where should we go? Should we go to the Cafe Ankh, see what we can find out about them wine barrels? Right, maybe maybe we'll just sneak round the side here. We're not looking at those wine barrels, are we? No.
I knew full well that I wouldn't be able to get down there without permission and the right key.
Fine, we're not sneaking in the wine cellar. Oh. Samwise Gamgee, that's not his name, I know. And is not playing the piano anymore. Okay. There he is. Let's have a little chat, Samael.
Taking a break, Samael?
Oh, yes. It's not easy working the piano all night.
Well, I'm sure you deserve it.
Thank you, Mr. Luton.
You don't have to call me Mr. Samael. We're old friends.
Sure thing, Mr. Luton. Old friends. I reckon I've earned a right to call you Mister.
As long as that's what you want.
Alrighty. It's weird. Rob Brydon talking to himself. Doing a weird semi-Irish vampire. I think most of Rob Brydon's accents just turn into Irish after a while. Being awfully cruel to the author, Bill Bryson.
How's business, Samael?
It's pretty good, Mr. Luton. How are things with you?
Not so good. I think I'm so deep in trouble that I haven't even realized it yet.
You haven't had much luck, have you, Mr. Luton?
Not since the Hotel Pseudopolis.
That was when... Oh, I see.
That's okay, Samael. I don't mind talking to you about it. You're like family.
Small man trapped in a disc. I can't do it, obviously. I'll just, turn into Steve Coogan trying to do it. Right, Samael knows things. Show him this picture.
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know them.
I had a feeling that Mundy's coin was important, and I wasn't about to show it to just anyone.
All right, fine. Let's go to the notebook then. Well, let's just jump straight to the wine barrel, shall we? Wish you could work out how he does that voice. Yeah, it's a weird one. I think it feels like it should be something at the top of the throat. Which is kind of the thing that's doing the sort of like, there's a low pass filter effect to it. Like all the bottom end is taken off, so it's all very, it's high, but then it's also that reduced volume thing. But you know what? I will save the game. You're right. Thanks. Save this game. Session 4. Right. We were going to ask about the...
Apparently, some of the cargo on the Milka was delivered here.
That's right. The Milka always brings us a supply of Ephebian wine.
Where is it now?
Most of it is still in the wine cellar. We sell some of it on.
Who to?
Lots of different people. I have a box of receipts in the cellar if you're interested.
Sure.
I'll give you the key.
Wow. That was easy. No fetch quest. That was far too easy. Well, should we talk to him more about other things?
Mr. Luton.
Right. I want to talk about other things. Wine barrels. What do you know about a golden sword?
I didn't want to discuss. This was clearly...
Right, okay, you're not talking about the golden sword.
Do you know anything about the crate belonging to the von Uberwalds that was on the Milka?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, fine. Probably won't know about this, but...
Do you know anything about the Varberg crates that were on the Milka?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know anything about that.
Foreign wine, I can give you some in the cellar. Nothing suspicious at all. Didn't know anything about golden sword. Know anything about murders? Vampire guy?
You hear a lot of talk around here, Samael. Have you heard anything about the counterweight killings?
Oh, yeah. I've heard the talk. It's making the customers nervous.
What do they say?
Just rumors. You know how rumors spread.
Well, let me know if you hear anything that has the ring of truth to it.
Dutch vampire?
I'm trying to find out why a troll named Sapphire would lie to me. Any thoughts?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know anything about that.
So probably won't know anything about the money
You don't
either.
happen to know how a troll singer might end up with a lot of money by any chance?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know anything about that.
No. It's probably not going to be much help for anything else, but we must try. What about Jasper?
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know them.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about being upside down? You're a vampire. Come on.
What do you know about a dwarf named
this is
Al
probably
Kali?
Sorry, Mr. Luton.
I don't know them.
Have you seen Ilsa recently?
You weren't
yeah.
expecting her to be here, were you?
No, I wasn't.
I've not seen her for a while. Last time she was here, she was with a foreign gentleman. I think he might have been from the Agatian Empire.
Yeah, that'd be two conkers, I guess. How come you know about the Agatian Empire? That's not common knowledge, is it?
Worked the piano for enough years and you hear just about everything.
Any idea where they might be now?
I don't know, Mr. Luton, but I think they might be in trouble.
You could be right.
Do we ask about Mark?
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
Sorry, Mr. Luton, I don't know them.
No. Carlotta?
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
Sorry, Mr.
I don't know them. All right, fine. I think we're done. We're done.
Thanks again, Samael.
No problem, Mr. Luton.
We got the key. We got the secrets. So now we can use a key. The key to the wine cellar on the trapdoor.
Years ago, it would have been my dream to stand in the Café Ank's wine cellar.
Oh, hello.
So many barrels of fine wine. Even Chateau Hector, Year of the Weevil. My favorite vintage. I used to dream of Ilsa, too, from time to time. So when I walked in to find Ilsa there, I had to check I wasn't wearing my pajamas.
Okay, sure. Right, what have we got first? Wine barrels. Ilsa and two conkers.
Hello again, Ilsa. I can see I'm going to have to get used to finding you where I least expect. You didn't say goodbye at the casino. What happened to you?
We got away, thanks to you.
It was nothing.
It wasn't nothing. You saved our lives, Luton.
Lulu, is that you?
What's up with him?
He's delirious. He's been injured.
Let me have a look at his wound.
He'll be fine. He needs a chance to rest, that's all. He fades in and out a little, but he'll be okay.
What happened?
It was Remora. He's been following us. He won't quit.
Oh, yeah.
He's
the
an assassin. It's his job. Once they've been paid, the target is as good as dead. They never renege on a contract. They throw great soirees as well. And if they invite you, they won't take no for an answer.
That's not much comfort.
Well, at least you know if an assassin kills you, you're not going to be killed by some thug. They're very efficient at it. Practice makes perfect, you might say. I was going to be an assassin once.
What happened?
The usual. Forces outside my control.
It is you, from Casino. You save our life. We to be in your debt.
I guess you to be just that.
We need your help, Luton.
Haven't I done enough for you?
I know it's a lot to ask after
That was too
what happened.
Women. It's never enough for you, is it?
Please, you have to find us somewhere safe to hide.
Why? Why should I do that for you? Why should I do anything for you?
Not for what happened, Luton. For what we had. Once.
We had a dream. Trouble is, I woke up and I could still remember it.
Wow, that was a lot of, like, precursor talk, huh? Also, bucket of Morton Parmex. I wonder what that was about. Hello? What are you doing?
Does he know about us?
2 conkers? No, I never told him.
Why not?
He's my husband.
You're married?
I always was. Even when I met you.
Why didn't you tell me?
It's not as simple as that. I met 2 conkers in Ikalpon. He was on a secret dig for the Sun Emperor and we fell in love.
I thought the Agateans weren't supposed to know about the outside world.
That's true, but the outside world isn't supposed to know about the Agatean Empire either. Trouble is, centuries ago, their empire spread beyond the counterweight continent, and there's archaeological evidence for the strange and charmed Quack dynasties all along the Turnwise Ocean coast. The Sun Emperor sent 2 conkers out to cover up the evidence.
This doesn't explain why you didn't tell me you were married when we met.
2 conkers went back to the Agatean Empire, and I stayed behind. He wasn't sure I'd be safe there as an outsider. I didn't think I'd ever see him again. He might as well have died. I almost died too, until I met you.
Great. I was your number 2 husband.
You don't understand, Luton. I didn't love 2 conkers. I mean, I was infatuated with him, and he needed me. I was nothing before I met him. He gave me a purpose. He gave me a life.
Oh, that's good. Because he took mine. At least his accounts will balance. He came back, didn't he? That's why you left me.
Yes. I got a letter from him saying that the government had been overthrown and the empire was a new world. I wanted to tell you, but I didn't think you'd understand.
At least you got that right. So, you're Mrs. Ilsa Conkers.
No, I kept my maiden name. Our marriage was supposed to be a secret.
Well, yes. Apparently so. They're really going it all in on the Casablanca thing. And the exposition. So much exposition. Archaeology. There's a thing we can talk about.
So you've been traveling with 2 conkers for quite a while now.
Yes, we've been making our way around the Circle Sea. There have been several digs.
And everything you find goes back to the Agatean Empire.
No, not now. There's no point. Most of it comes here to Ankh-Morpork. We give it to the Guild of Archaeologists, Antiquarians, and Tomb Evacuators. They have quite a collection of artifacts.
That's it? You spend your life digging up junk that no one ever sees?
We're looking for something. Something 2 conkers wants to take back to the Agatean Empire.
What is it?
A jewel.
Jewel. Find the jewel, yes?
Tell me about this jewel.
In a sword?
Gold-plated jewel. Very old.
I thought the Agatean Empire had plenty of gold.
Special artifact. Gold to be making it come from Agatean Empire. Stolen by one of your gods. Great fortune to Empire if it can be returned to us.
How will you know if you found it?
Gold-plated jewel not common. This jewel be having inscription. Unquam paratas.
It means forever ready.
You don't even know if this jewel actually exists, do you?
We've just come from a dig in Sorta. It's a village near the ruins of the ancient city of Sort. We found inscriptions there of many artifacts, including this jewel. It exists, all right. We just haven't been able to find it.
Gold plate. It's a battery, isn't it? Ever ready. Oh. Anyway, as they're gesturing behind the screen, I just wanted to show you. Just put there. Look at that. Look at that. Hi, Snarf. You alright? We got you on camera. Orko's down here. Hi, Orko. Well, I'm here. Hello. Oh, beautiful boys. Right. Snoozy lads.
If all these inscriptions were in Sorta, what are you doing here in Ankh-Morpork?
That's just it. The inscriptions claim that the jewel is here in Ankh-Morpork. Apparently, after the fall of Sort, the jewel was held by monks in the village of Sorta. But over 4 centuries, the Knights of the Order of the Sacred Tulip went out on quests to find it.
Why?
They were knights. They went on foolish quests all the time. It was a knight thing. I think all the different orders competed to outdo each other in foolishness. I heard the Knights of the Fairly Pink Triangle spent 2 centuries looking for a better name.
And you think one of the knights found it?
Apparently. The inscription said he took it to Ankh-Morpork, there to guard it forever.
Forever?
You know these ancient inscriptions. They have a tendency to exaggerate everything. It probably meant nearly forever.
They learned it in night school. Well done. Right. I reckon we show her the key.
Does this coin mean anything?
My word! That looks just like 2305.
What?
Number 2305. One of the artifacts we dug up in Sorta. It's an early Sortian coin, I think. Your having one would seem to confirm that.
What makes you say that?
Well, we only found one, so we thought it might be a seal with some symbolic or cultural significance. But if there's more than one, then it's probably just a coin.
Is it valuable?
Not really.
Maybe a seal.
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
Right, okay, nothing else there. Let's go to our notebook. Right. What do we want to talk about? We've got so many things to talk about. Right, so from the top. From the top. Cases. The Mundy case. What do you know about this number?
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
Well, it could be a catalogue number.
A catalogue number? For what?
In the Guild of Archaeologists, they have a collection of artifacts there, and they all have a catalogue number.
Look at us.
Are you sure that's what it
asking
is?
relevant questions.
No, of course not. It could mean anything, but it's a possibility at least.
Why is there some rando groaning? It's 2 conkers. He's been injured. He got bonked. So,
Does Azil mean anything?
Azil? That sounds familiar.
Azil is being mad. Mad Askari of Great Nef. Tell you about him if you're wishing.
No, that's all right. If I need to know more, I know where to come.
we'll be talking to him in a minute.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
I don't think we can help you with that.
Fine. But what about...
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
Fine. Malachite. Do you know Malachite?
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
I mean, this is, you two, you know each other.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
At least it's a quick enough phrase.
Have you heard of the counterweight killings?
The what?
The counterweight killings. Word is all across town, it seems.
That's what they were talking about in the casino. A foreign assassin in town killing prominent officials.
That's it. The ritualistic murders in town. People must have heard about two conkers, and word has got around that there's someone from the counterweight continent in town.
The rumors must have got mixed up somehow.
There's no somehow about it. Rumors always get mixed up. Do you think the Duke of Earl is really as stupid as people believe? Of course not. But every time someone does something stupid and no one can remember who did it, it gets blamed on the Duke.
You mean he doesn't have the mental powers of a mushroom?
Well, there's some truth in all rumors.
So people think Two Conkers is an assassin. This is insane. He couldn't hurt a fly. He couldn't even catch a fly. Come to think of it, he couldn't even catch a cold.
It doesn't matter whether or not he's an assassin, only that people think he is.
Well, can't we just go to the patrician and get the whole thing cleared up?
We could, but his idea of clearing the whole thing up probably means handing two conkers over to the Assassin's Guild. He rates tidiness over justice.
Would they let us go if we explained?
They don't care whether he's an assassin or not. They've been paid. It's all over but the receipt.
Then you're our only chance. Help us, Luton. You're our only hope.
What do you want me to do?
Knew that was
You
coming.
have to find somewhere safe for us to hide two conkers. Somewhere that no one in their right mind would look for him. Please, Luton.
Listen to me. Nowhere is safe. There's nothing I can do for him. I can't help you.
At least think about it.
That isn't going to take me long.
Okay. Side quest. Did we asked about this? We asked about that. I'm sure we asked about that.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down
We did ask
before
this.
he was killed?
I don't think we can help you with that.
That was that. I asked that question once already. Malachite, no. Sapphire, worth a try.
I'm trying to find out why a troll named Sapphire would lie to me. Any thoughts?
I don't think we can help.
Fine.
That doesn't work.
Do you know a troll named Jasper Horst?
Horst. I've heard of him. He's a treasure hunter, isn't he?
So it seems.
I heard that one of his employees was in Sota when we were. I don't know what they were doing, though.
Stealing your stuff.
You don't happen to know how a troll singer
Probably
might
not.
end up with a lot of money by any chance?
I don't think we...
Well, no, that doesn't work. Can't wait killings, yeah, fine. The golden sword and the gold-plated jewel. Well, she told us about the golden sword,
You
though.
two must know about a lot of ancient artifacts.
Of course. Why do you ask?
Ever heard of a golden sword?
Golden sword. You have to be being more precise. Must be 50 golden sword artifacts in Agathian Empire alone.
But then they do have a lot of gold. That's why they call it the Orient.
Hey, there's the gag. Gold-plated jewel, you told us about that.
Do you know anything about the wine barrels the Milka was carrying?
Sorry, Luton. We don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about the crate belonging to the von Uberwalds that was on the Milka?
I don't think we can help you with that.
Is that why they call it the Orient? Did you clock the spelling?
I'm trying to track some of the cargo on the Milka. A set of crates that were supposed to belong to a Varberg.
That's me, Ilsa Varberg.
You never told me your name was Varberg.
Names weren't that important to us back then, if you remember.
I
Hey,
guess
you.
not. So the crates are yours?
Mine and two conkers, yes. They should be at the Guild of Archaeologists by now.
What was in them?
Artifacts from the dig in Sota. Nothing valuable except in the historical sense.
I need to get to them.
I can get you into the guild if you want, but it'll cost you.
What do you want?
Find us somewhere safe to hide two conkers. He's not safe while Remora is looking for him.
That's true. But nowhere in the city is going to be safe.
You'll have to find somewhere that no one would even think of looking for him.
It'd take a miracle to conceal two conkers, and the patrician has outlawed miracles.
That's my price. If you hide two conkers, I'll sign you into the guild. You'll never get in there without me.
I'll do what I can. That's all I can do.
That's all I ask.
If I find somewhere to hide him, you'll take me to the crates?
I'll get you into the guild, but you're on your own after that. That's my offer. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it.
Oh, there we go. Better to find that out now than to go to the guild and find out that we can't get in. I'll be wandering around going, why are you going? And it's because we didn't speak. Yeah, alright, okay, cool. So we've talked to her about all the things.
I'll be back.
We're not going anywhere.
No, you're not. Let's talk to Two Conkers.
Two Conkers was in no state to talk to me.
Alright, let's not.
Most of the wine barrels in the Café Ankh cellar had been brought into Ankh Morpork on the Milka. I didn't really need a wine barrel.
Okay, fine. We can exit. We were meant to be looking at paperwork, but obviously we've been distracted by a femme fatale and her injured Asian stereotype. Right, I think I saw Nightbot tell me to save, so I probably should. There's been a lot of exposition. Yes, save. Yes. Right, well. We need to find a hiding place. What's that there? Okay. Oh, it's just a reflection of the thing. Haha. There's been lots of exposition. Well, I mean, we're not going to get in, but...
Ankh-Morpork was home to around 300 guilds, most of which festered in the space between Unseen University and the Patrician's Palace like fungus. From the Assassin's Guild to the Beggar's Guild, everyone a proud group of individuals basking in their mutual arrogance. I hated them for their smugness. I hated their petty bickering. But most of all, I hated that I wasn't part of one.
Look at him just being so cute. You're so cute, Snarf. You're very cute. Mwah. Look at you. Happy boy. Young Midas, thank you very much for following. You don't have to, but if you want to say hello in chat, maybe prove you're not a robot by identifying some traffic lights. But welcome in. We're just, you know, we're playing a video game, but also we're admiring how beautiful my cats are. He is a goofball, yes. Snarf, you're a big goofball. That's what you are. Yes, you are. But, you know, stick around, save some points, and maybe you too can give these cats some treats. You would redeem Dreamies, but they look so comfy. I know, this is true. I'm sure Orca will start being a dickhead again in a minute. Look, see... Hello. How are you, dickhead? Alright, sit over there then. Yeah, he did hear his name. Right. Oh, we can... There are many magic words.
The door into the guild has a hatch on it. I guess they didn't have an open door policy.
Apparently not. Can I select the hatch? No,
Hello? Open up.
All right. Hold on. What do you want?
Can I come in?
Are you a member?
No.
Then no. This is members only.
Well, that's us told.
You only allow members into the guild?
That's what I said. I wasn't kidding.
What happens if something goes wrong with your plumbing?
What do you mean?
I mean, do you let the plumbers in to fix the problem?
Yes, we do.
Are they members of the guild?
No, we sign them in.
If you signed me in, I could come in, right?
That's right.
Then what do I have to do to get you to sign me in?
There's nothing you can do that'll make me sign you in. I just don't like you.
You don't like me? What kind of excuse is that?
It's the truth.
How else can I get in?
Find another guild member to sign you in, or become a guild member.
Great. So I have to wait around here for a guild member willing to sign me in to turn up.
Don't hold your breath.
How do I become a member, then?
You need to find a member of the guild to endorse you.
Never mind. I can spot a lost cause when I see one.
Right, there we go. I mean, are we going to ask him questions about stuff?
Do you know what this is?
It looks like a coin from the early Sortian Empire to me. Quite impressive. Not exactly valuable, but a nice piece all the same.
Not enough to
should
get us
be in
in.
a museum, that should.
I could donate it to the guild if you'd like.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Would you let me in then?
No, but I wouldn't dislike you quite as much.
Forget it.
Progress, I guess? I don't know. Is it worth going through all this stuff?
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
Never heard of him.
At this point, should we just give up? We're not going to get much out of the
I guess
doorman.
that's it for now then.
Good. Don't hurry back.
We know how we're going to get in there. Is this... It is... Can we pet the dog?
I wasn't an expert on dogs, but I thought that this black thoroughbred dog was a Klachian hound, also known as the Kelef Klachani.
What of his
Small,
gaspode?
proud and ruthless. The Kelef Klachani were prized by dog breeders throughout the Circle Sea. What this one was doing out on the streets was anyone's guess.
Oh, God, what if it's gaspode?
I thought about petting the dog, but there was something about the way he looked that made me think twice, maybe even 3 times about it.
Yeah, gaspode's the exact opposite of thoroughbred. I know. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it didn't. So... It would have been funny if the dog had gone woof. Alright, what's up here, though? Oh, that's just another way out, is it? Okay. So. Oh, there's more stuff to Saturnalia, right? There's things we did not do. There's the Ankh. Right. Like, we didn't talk to Whirl. Who is Whirl? Let's talk to Whirl.
What's the game?
Truncheon. Interested, stranger?
The name's Luton. What are the stakes?
Minimum stake is $1 a hand. House limit is 10,000 per hand.
I'm in. Here's my dollar.
Hey, big spender.
Whirl told me how to play the game. Something to do with the Major Arcana and the Private Arcana. The Major Arcana had strange names like the Fool, the Pyrophant, and the unbelievable expense of a slice of cheese. Essentially, it seems I just had to stay under 21 and get as high as I could.
All right.
It all seems pretty whimsical to me.
It's a whimsical world.
What happens in a tie?
I win.
That doesn't seem fair.
I'll note that down in the complaints book, shall I? Player thinks the odds might be stacked in favour of the house.
I didn't really know what I was doing, but I expected to lose my dollar anyway, so I didn't worry about it.
Is this a
But
blackjack
someone
minigame?
else at the table seemed pretty worked up about what I was doing.
That isn't the way to play it.
Why not?
Because it isn't the way to win.
Is there a way to win?
Well, there's a way to lose more slowly.
What's it to you?
I've seen enough losing. I don't want to see any more.
I only bet $1.
No, it's the principle of the thing.
What do you think?
I'm just a croupier. I'm not paid to think.
I lost my dollar, but I reckon I got value for money. And hey, the cards were pretty.
Okay. So not a blackjack minigame. I'm slightly upset. Neil, the lentils are spilling over the stairs.
Do you own this place?
Saturnalia? No, you gotta be kidding.
Who owns it?
I don't really know. Probably a whole group of people. For all I know, no one owns it, and it just keeps ticking over all on its own.
Is that likely?
Frankly, I don't really care. Long as I get paid, it's all the same to me.
Don't you have an inquisitive mind?
No, I find people with inquisitive minds don't live too long.
Okay. Have you seen this dwarf?
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
Maybe. My memory just isn't as good as it could be.
We're going to bribe him with this?
I wasn't about to flash.
Right, no.
I had a feeling that Mundy's coin...
Okay.
Do you know what this is?
He looks like a purse.
I think I have something of yours in it.
Really? Oh, yes, so you do. And what do you know? My memory is suddenly much improved.
I thought it might be.
You better know about the dwarf
Do you
now.
recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
Sure, that's Reagan.
You know him?
He's a regular here at Saturnalia. He doesn't gamble much, but when he does, he wins. The rest of the time, he hangs around in the crowd.
Who does he talk to?
Hey, I don't spy on the customers.
Why not?
I have to keep my eyes on the tables.
When did you last see him?
It's been days, I think.
Anything else you can remember about him?
Yeah, he has a safety deposit box.
A deposit box?
A lot of valuables change hands here. Some people like to have somewhere safe to keep them.
But you say Reagan didn't gamble much.
But I don't know why he has a box. I just know that he has one.
What's with the pacing up and down? But why the pacing? All right. Shall we go from the top? Now that we've improved his memory.
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
So
I'm
about
just a
the neck.
croupier. I don't know everything.
From top.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
Who's Monday?
I'm just a croupier. I don't know everything.
Right. This is probably...
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
I'm just a croupier. I don't know everything.
or have much variance to what you say. I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Do you know Carlotta?
Do you know Carlotta?
Well enough.
She's a regular here.
Oh yeah, she likes to come in every once in a while. She usually ends up betting with somebody else's money, and she never loses control.
What do you mean?
Well, you can win or lose in a single game. That's just the way it is. But sooner or later, people lose control and bet all they have left. And then that's it. For most of them, they don't care. Mostly they're just big shots with more money than sense who like the glamour of Saturnalia. Some of them are hopefuls who can't afford to lose the money they've wagered. But those that are really good at the game, they never lose control. They know just when to play and just when to quit.
And Carlotta's one of them.
Carlotta is always in control.
Oh, note he was slipping into Michael Caine there for a second.
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
I don't think so.
It's like, it's mostly Brummy, but it slipped into Doodad.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conquers?
I don't think so.
Have I got the right mouse? Yes, I have.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
I'm just a croupier. I don't know everything.
He's just a croupier. Nobody loves him. He's just a croupier. He doesn't know anything. Say it, spare him his life from his monstrosity. Easy.
Have you heard of the counterweight killings?
Sure, and I only have one thing to say about them. I'll place good money that the patrician's next.
Any reason?
Just a hunch.
Just a hunch, you say?
I was told that I'd find a certain troll's body in the Salaci Mausoleum. Only when I got there, it wasn't the right body. You wouldn't know
Don't
anything
lean on
about
sticky
that, would you?
You went rooting around in the Salaci family mausoleum. Hey, leave me out of this, Luton.
Okay, but we need to know more about Sapphire for reasons.
Heard of a big shot troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
I've heard of him, but I don't know him. He doesn't come round here in person.
You know a troll named Sapphire, don't you?
Yeah, I know Sapphire. She's a good customer. Always plays with cash. Never wins anything. Some trolls aren't born lucky, I guess.
She never wins?
She wins a little, but she always loses it again. She can't hold on to money. Few people can in this place. By the time she walks out the doors, she's always a loser.
Is there any chance she could have won big and you wouldn't know about it?
If she won it here, I'd know about it.
There's something.
Anything more you can tell me about Sapphire's losing streak?
What's to tell? That troll holds on to money like a drunken dwarf holds on to his temper.
Progress, Jazz. We talked about the counterweight killings. Probably not the golden sword.
I didn't want to... This was...
What about the jewel?
I'm looking for a jewel. It's gold-plated.
A gold-plated jewel? I've not heard anything about that. But if you find it, I'll bet I can find a buyer for you.
Never mind.
Fine.
Do you know anything about the wine barrels the Milka was carrying?
That means nothing to me.
It means nothing to me.
Do you know anything about the crate belonging to the von Uberwalds that was on the Milka?
That means nothing to me.
Oh, Cotton Garden.
Do you know anything about the Varberg crates that were on the Milka?
That means nothing to me.
With the Assassin's Guild looking everywhere for...
Right, yeah. Do you know where I can hide someone the Assassin's Guild are after? Yeah, alright, fine. Well, we
Time
got
to
some
excuse
stuff.
myself from the table, I think.
Or I could talk to Warb.
You seem to get worked up over my gambling.
I'm not as easygoing as I used to be.
You're a wizard?
Wow, you're sharp. What tipped you off? The gown? The arcane symbols?
Look, I just thought you might want to talk. You tried to help me at the table, and I thought I'd make amends for being so rude to you. Sorry I tried.
No, wait. I'm like, sorry, friend. It's just, I'm on edge.
The name's Luton.
I'm sorry. We haven't been properly introduced. My name is Warb. B-L-L.
B-L-L?
Well, Bachelor of Eldritch Lace Making.
Eldritch lace making?
Don't ask.
No, I want to know more about Eldritch lace making. Is that how the singer of the cult got such frilly shirts?
You a regular in here, then?
I guess so. I'm not very lucky.
I thought all wizards were lucky.
Whatever gave you that impression? Do you know how many bizarre and unpleasant ways there are for a wizard to die inside the walls of Unseen University alone? One false invocation as you're summoning a demon, and bang! You're lunch for some pit fiend with more tentacles than legs and fewer arms than heads. Or spend too long in the wrong area of the library, and poof, you disappear. All that you leave behind is a statistic.
Don't you like being a wizard? It always seemed like a glamorous profession to me.
There's nothing glamorous about wizardry. Well, except for glamours.
Glamours?
It's an elvish thing.
Well, thank you very much.
Right, confession time. I haven't read every... Well, a few confessions. I haven't read every Discworld book. There are gaps in my Discworld knowledge. Other folks who are fans of the Discworld series, they always talk about vast, horrible creatures from the dungeon dimensions. Do they ever open up the dungeon dimensions, or is it just one of those like running gags of we refer to it, but we never actually see it? Nice knowing you, Queese. You're dead to me. Faust Eric. Is it? I have read Faust Eric. Not for a long time. Light Fantastic. I think I skipped that. I think I did the Colour of Magic and skipped the Light Fantastic. Sorcery, yeah. Okay, so basically, one I haven't read for over 25 years, and some I haven't read. That makes sense. But the Confession Time, one of the first ones I read and have read several times because it is a cracker, is soul music. But it took me at least 3 reads, I reckon, to finally get the joke about Buddy Kellen, where they said, "Are you sure you're not elvish? You look a little elvish around the ears." In a book that is taking the mick out of rock and roll, and that joke just went whoosh, straight over my head for at least like 2 or 3 readings. It's because it takes place in a fantasy world, and elves exist in fantasy worlds. So people saying you look elvish isn't a weird thing to say. Soul music was your first one, probably a bad first one because you got very few of the references. Well, this is the thing I do love about Pratchett, though, is that you can come back to them, and if you've learnt more in life and stuff, you'll find other jokes. But not just learnt more in life, but just you'll find another way to look at something and go, oh my god. Like, again, all the stuff about Hex. There was a gag I read, like, again, maybe on the 3rd or 4th go, I got the gag where Ponder Stibbons is just sitting there going, wondering about how Hex has formed and how it keeps growing and how it seems to be driving itself, and he was just like wondering why does it need the small religious pictures. And that one, whew, 3 or 4, and then about like the 5th time I was like, icons, they're icons. Boned up on music. Didn't understand Slamdos until much later, though. Yeah, I think that one took me a couple. It'll work if they can get enough bugs in it. That's always fun with Hex. My favourite, very subtle, like, you've got to know music to know this one, is after the band have done a show and everyone's gone wild and crazy and they're backstage and they're sort of like having existential crisis about it, but like Buddy's there trying to sort of like keep G'ing them on, and he turns to Glob the dwarf and he goes, "Glob, who's the most famous horn player there ever was?" And he goes, "Oh, everyone knows that, Brother Charnel. He stole a horn from the gods and played it." And then Buddy goes, "Yeah, but if you ask the people out there who's the greatest horn player ever lived, are they going to say Glog Glodson or some felonious monk?" Which, if you don't know, the jazz trumpet and saxophonist, but the jazz musician Thelonious Monk, that's what I love. Bet the fish tank hex gag is going to start going over most readers' heads soon. Wait, fish tank hex gag. Which one's that? Put more in. That's not clicking for me. It might in a minute. Hello, yes. But the bands in soul music, with my favourite band of them all, when Dibbler turns to a group of dwarves and goes, "So what's the name of the band?" "Name of the band? Like, we need to have a name of the band. People need to know who you are." And the leader of the band goes, "Well, we're certainly dwarves." Love that one. Hex has a fish tank that swings down in front of you. Leave it alone without touching anything for a while. Oh, yes. Oh, forgot about that one. Anyway, that's what I love about Terry Pratchett books, is just rereading them, picking up gags that you didn't get last time. It's great. Hello, Walker. You're such a punk. But yes, I've never read one that goes into the dungeon dimensions. Or maybe I have. It was Eric/Faust. And it's been over 25 years and I've forgotten. It's fine. It happens. Right. Anyway. We're talking gambling with a wizard. Talking gambling with a wizard.
If you're so unlucky, why do you come here?
I haven't lived a lucky life, but, well, I don't know. I guess I feel that in here, I at least have a chance.
But the odds are always stacked against you. The house always has the advantage.
Let me tell you something, Luton. The house always has the advantage. Here, out there, it doesn't make any difference. At least in here, you know who the house is.
That's a pretty stark outlook.
Ever made a decision that affected your whole life? Ever done something that throws everything into question?
No, I don't feel in that much control of my life.
None of us are.
Everything all at once crossover incoming. You like the bit with we're on a mission from Glod. Why did I say that? Well, we are on a mission from Glod, aren't we? I love those Blues Brothers gags. I think I got them first time round. And 4 fried rats. Do you want rat's legs or rat's tails? No, 4 deep fried rats.
So you work up at Unseen University.
I was trained there. Once I got my degree, I moved on.
But you're still a wizard. I thought all you guys were under the jurisdiction of the university.
Yeah, I work for Unseen Securities now.
Unseen Securities?
Yeah, we make magical security systems. Very exclusive.
Are they expensive?
Oh, yeah. Hardly anyone can afford our services.
Fair enough. Have you ever seen this dwarf
Ever
before?
seen a dwarf called Reagan around the casino?
Sure. Well, I've never spoken to him, though.
What does he play?
Truncheon, roulette, onion, craps. He plays them all a little. He always seems to win, but he never pushes his luck. He wins, and then he stops. That's his way. I wish I had his luck. I'd make much better use of it.
Food time! Yeah, Scoffwell.
I had a feeling...
Right, we're not showing the coin to just anyone, huh? Right, time to go through the notebook. Do you know people?
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
I'm afraid I can't really, help you with that.
Alright, thanks, Neil.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
I'm afraid I can't...
Nope. Bet this is no good.
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
I'm afraid I...
Nope, can't really, help you with that. Fine, next. Do you know Carlotta?
Do you know Carlotta?
No, I guess I don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
Forget it.
Okay. What about Malkite?
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
I don't know them.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conkers?
I don't know them.
No.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Kali?
I don't know them.
Fine. What about Cantway killings?
Heard of the counterweight killings?
I heard someone in Unseen University got killed by a spy, but I don't really, know anything about it, you know?
Right. No, there's no Malachite.
Do you know a troll called Sapphire?
I've seen her around, but I don't really know her.
Seen her here?
Oh, yeah. She's sometimes here. She never looks very happy, though.
Right. Do you know Jasper Horst?
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
I don't know them.
Oh, is it not? Sapphire's money.
Do you know a troll called Sapphire?
I've seen her around, but I don't really know her.
Seen her here?
Oh, yeah. She's sometimes here. She never looks very happy, though.
Someone feed Kathy. She's making kitty eyes again.
Is your bad luck common knowledge?
Well, pretty much everyone knows I've got a losing streak.
Anyone else famous for their losing streak?
Well, the Sapphire. She's not very lucky. Other than that, no one springs to mind.
But you did get pizza dough out earlier. Do some pizza then. The dough's out, toss it about a bit, slap, slap, slap. 10 minutes, job done.
The jewel wasn't the...
Okay, we're not discussing it with just anyone. Or the sword.
Do you know anything about the wine barrels the Milka was carrying?
I'm afraid I can't really, like...
Slappy, slap, slap.
Do you know anything about the crate belonging to the
Tossy,
Von
slappy, slap,
Uberwalds
slap.
that was on the Milka?
I'm afraid I can't really...
You can't help right, he's not going to be any good with anything
Do
else,
you
is he?
know...
I'm afraid I can't...
With the Assassin's Guild...
Right, we're not... Don't ask people... Do you know somewhere where I can hide a fugitive? Right, well, you're not much good. Say goodbye time.
Maybe I'll see you later.
Right, what else is happening here? There's Whirl, there's Warb, there's me. There's a craps table.
I didn't feel like craps. The noble game of craps. Played with 3 8-sided dice, it had been played on the cobbles of Ankh-Morpork for decades. I guess that's where the name came from.
Well, that's not a game. Well, there's the roulette table. Put it all on black.
A roulette table sat in one corner of the casino, but it didn't keep my attention.
No, it does.
I really didn't want to play.
No, play.
I really didn't want to play.
Why are there not gambling mini-games? If this were Nancy Drew, there'd be a gambling mini-game. Ah, safety deposit boxes.
I guess an upmarket establishment like Saturnalia needed safety deposit boxes. They certainly needed them more than I did. I guess an upmarket is... They certainly needed...
Right. Things. Number 1, probably time for a save. Number 2, $52, $57, $12V. Okay, well this only goes up to 40.
I couldn't open the...
Nancy would have a minigame where you're the croupier, or maybe you need to clean up after the gamblers. This is true. I said that, you know, obviously as a gag. And also we need to play the last Nancy Drew game soon. I say the last Nancy Drew game in the first 5 I bought. There's still another 25 to go. Content for years. Nancy would never gamble. Because Nancy is smart enough to know the odds. Poor Kira. Shakes paprika and poker chips. I have been sad enough on YouTube to be watching Let's Plays of those 2 Nancy Drew games that we played. So, we love you, Kira. It's just, we also love Nancy, okay? But look what I got running for you. Look. Right. Anyway, Kira is so wonderful and lovely that she cashed in. Or maybe Ray took over a computer. That often happens. Stream dreams. I'll just move that out of the way. I'll move that out of the way. Oh, what's going on? Snarf, what's happening? What's happening, Snarf? You've got an excited face. Yes, hello, Orca. Yes, Snarf, it's time. It's time, Snarf. Oh, he looks so excited over there. I should try and point a camera at him. Look how excited that lad is. Look how excited he is. Camera in its usual position. Hi. Yes. Hi. How are we doing, Blurry?
Oh, is it time? Bloody hell, thought we could do this earlier.
Oh, boys. What's going on?
Oh, awooga! Awooga!
Snarf being food motivated, I know. He's getting chunky. He's very chunky. Eat my thumb. Hello, GM. Thank you for lurking. Good morning to you in your time zone.
Oh, back position is it? Oh, awooga! Awooga!
I shouldn't have taught him to say that.
You know what sharks like? We copy everything.
Welcome to Cats Eat Bickies. It was very good timing, Master. Hello, Snarf. Yes, you're gorgeous. Did you finish? Wow. Either I gave Snarf quite a small handful, which I think it was about right, but that's... I see no... It looks clear. I think that's a Snarf win. Monch. Snarf's really digging these. Well, they tuna. Snarf's digging them. 64. What a beautiful round number. Yeah. Might have to do a new season. And now, Orca goes off, and it's like, right. Sniff around on the floor. See if Snarf's left anything. No, he's finished it all. Oh. And he's fucking off. Just wipe the desk from all his snots. Get to 100 and try Rick's suggestion. Rick's suggestion, we could change the rules to who finishes first and it would be competitive. Yeah, that's reasonable. Missed totally. And Orco got to start first. Yeah, I know. Well, see, something I was wondering. Maybe what we need is an automatic feeder controlled by a Raspberry Pi that's connected to chat. I'm just saying. Here's the challenge for everyone. Get this out. It's just crazy enough to work. Here's the thing, right? If we got an automated cat feeder type thing, like maybe there's like an existing one that's kind of cheap enough, we'll just go and just drop a bunch out. A Skinner box. Right, that if there's an easy way, if that switch is like 5 volts or something, we can just like drill a little hole in the side and just drop some cables into the switch. If that's all it needs is a brief circuit, we can do that off a Raspberry Pi. We get 5 volts off a Raspberry Pi easy. And it's the Python libraries are pretty good for it and stuff, so like writing a little the most simplest Twitch bot that's just like from waiting for just the one redeem, and then and if it makes a noise, that'd be good. This year, Orko learns electrical engineering. I mean, do we need that much? If it's just a hack of a switch, that's the challenge, folks. It's not like we're buying servo motors and building it ourselves. I reckon we could find a cheap one that does double duty. Oh, you meant Orca would learn to hack it? Oh my god. I've even got spare Raspberry Pis if we need to have a couple. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the Discord. Everyone start looking around for cheap, hackable things. I mean, and we just need some wire and to go onto the header pins and a resistor. Probably not even a resistor. I know, probably a resistor. It's probably a good idea. Right, playing a video game. That's not the right mouse. Do not start searching for automatic pet feeders. Not on stream. But maybe we should do Nargos catalog again someday. Right, header pins, nice. Right. So the big thing is we need to find somewhere for two conkers to hide. Somewhere where no one would think of looking for them. Probably...
There's an inscription. Madame Lodestone, singer and retainer of Lord Robert Salachi, taken from us when her house collapsed, returning her to the rubble from whence she came.
I mean, here we are in a confusing mausoleum. Can we... Oh, I switched the keyboard off.
I think the inscription had already told me all it could. I felt like I was playing Pin the Tail on the Donkey.
Okay. Well, I guess we're not hiding two conkers in here then. Make a deal with Horst. Only good. Make a deal with Horst. And get him to swap our places. Monday was hanging out at the Octarine Parrot. Obviously there's my office, which, as this game has taught us, we should check into periodically, because you never know when someone might be here, or they might have left a note somewhere. But not today. Where do you think can be the best place to hide someone? Oh, we still haven't been to the Temple of Small Gods. Why was the Temple of Small Gods somewhere for us to go? Something to do with Carlotta? Whole new area we haven't been to. But maybe they'll offer Sanctuary. Wow, they're going for a real... It's like, we've got a 3D rendering engine. And we're going to use it.
The Temple of Small Gods was Ankh-Morpork's unique concession to all the thousands, perhaps millions, of small gods that the Discworld was home to. Most of the gods were so small they never got worshipped. The spirits of lonely trees, or the places where two ant trails crossed, and they stayed that way because they lacked belief. Give a god belief, one follower or 10,000, and it grows up from the void into whatever fanciful deity its followers devise. Everyone knows that people need gods to blame for everything that is wrong, or praise for everything that is right. But they forget that every god needs people, too. Inside the temple, a bazaar of fanatics, lunatics, and cultists of all descriptions were trying to sell their faith to prospective followers. 2 salvations for the price of 1. Extra indulgences if you get a friend to join. That sort of thing. The lost and the lonely came here seeking direction. I found it hard to picture Carlotta amongst their number.
There's a whole sequence here you didn't get to until you hear the reason behind the Bastard series on the Illuminati. Is that on like the old school Bavarian Illuminati, or the anti-Semitic conspiracy theory Illuminati, or did they bridge both? Right. So that's how we leave, and we can go there. Or there. Or that might be all the same. Maybe. Well, let's go here. The continuum of those things. Cool. Link that up in the Discord. That sounds interesting. I don't know that much about the Bavarian arm of it. Cheers, my dears. Malaclips. It's the only hotspot here. Hello, Art. How you doing? We haven't caught the bad guy yet. We're trying to hide someone.
Who do you worship, then?
Why do you want to know? Who sent you? What do you want?
My name's Luton. I'm a private investigator.
You've been sent by the elucidated brethren of the Ebon Knight to silence me, haven't you? Their plots are so transparent. It won't work. I have protection.
There isn't an elucidated brethren of the Ebon Knight anymore. They were forcibly disbanded.
Disbanded?
By a dragon, as it happens.
That's what they want you to think. That was all faked, so that they could eliminate all their traitors and go underground.
Would this be the bit,
Even as we
Kira?
speak, they are plotting to control the patrician by putting mind-altering drugs in the palace's water supply.
Then it's true. I'd heard that you were the only other person who really knew what was going on.
What do you want?
I just want to learn from you. Only you can teach me what is really going on in Ankh-Morpork.
You don't fool me.
I don't?
You just want to steal all my knowledge and then use it to further your plans of glory.
Yeah, he's got us.
But I know that you know that, and you know that I know that. Which means we're at a stalemate. And since you know more than me, you have the advantage in a stalemate, which means that ultimately you'll beat me.
Yes! Yes! I see. You plan to try and use me, don't you? Well, many have tried to use Malaclips, and I have beaten them all.
No, I can't hide anything from you, can I?
Very well. I will let you, for as long as it serves my purposes to do so. What did you wish to know?
How long do you spend on YouTube?
Which deity do you serve?
That's a big question. Which deity do you serve?
I don't serve any deity.
Then I don't serve any deity either.
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
All right. You first.
I serve...
You didn't finish.
I am forbidden by an oath of loyalty never to speak aloud the name of the person of...
The ancient mystic order of... Yes, I know all about you. I know every conspiracy turnwise of the Wormberg, and all but one conspiracy hubwards of the Great Net.
Your turn.
I am the proud servitor of Errata, the goddess of misunderstandings, the mistress of mayhem, the countess of confusion, and the duchess of discord.
You know, sometimes I think I'm her servitor, too.
You get a free gold-plated apple if you join this week.
I want to know more about Errata.
Tell me about the goddess Errata.
There is no goddess greater than Errata. Have you not looked at the
Vavu.
world and seen all the confusion and misunderstanding? Well, who do you think put it there? It didn't happen by chance. Nothing ever happens by chance.
So, every misunderstanding that has ever happened, Errata was behind them all.
Yes. She has started wars, and she has ended wars. Millions have died for the glory of Errata.
And presumably most of them believe they were dying for something else.
Oh, yes. The goddess is shrewd in her ways.
She must be very powerful.
There is no goddess more powerful than Errata.
Then why doesn't she just make everyone into her follower?
Let me tell you something, Luton. Everyone is a follower of Errata. They just don't know it.
How come you know that you're a follower of Errata?
I only think I'm a follower of Errata. I might be a follower of someone else, and I wouldn't even know it.
Errata thinks of everything, doesn't she? You said you knew all but one conspiracy, Hubwards of the Great Nef.
Oh.
What's the one conspiracy you don't know?
If I knew that, I would know all the conspiracies, wouldn't I?
You don't know anything about that one conspiracy.
Nothing.
Then how do you know that there is another conspiracy?
Because when I put all the other conspiracies together, I can see the pieces missing.
In other words, you can tell there's a conspiracy because you can't see it.
Everything casts a shadow, Luton. At least of some kind.
What if the missing pieces are a ruse by one of the conspiracies you do know about to try and distract you from paying attention to what they're doing?
No, that's too far-fetched.
Of course.
So is there a formal church of Errata?
I am the formal church of Errata. I hold her sacred emblem.
And what would that be?
The scarlet totem that I wear around my neck.
And how do you go about joining the church?
I told you. Everyone is part of the Church of Errata. They just don't know it.
Right. From the top, through the book.
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
Azil? Yes. He was an Ascari in the Great Nef a couple of centuries ago, involved in the Great Light Dam conspiracy, which culminated in the theft of 12 barrels of light from the sacred distilleries of E, the Lost City.
Okay, we're going to get lots of pointless answers, probably.
Why was Mundy hung upside down when he was murdered? And why were his eyes poked out?
His body was offered up as a sacrifice to the creatures of the dungeon dimensions, the fetid obscenities from beyond time and space. Except Errata caused them to get their rituals confused, otherwise the city would be crawling with Hellspawn right now.
Yes, of course. Oh, this should be fun.
What does 3712V mean to you?
It's the combination to the phantasmal vault of Capsicum. Even the lowliest neophyte of Errata knows that.
It's 37, not 57. It looks like a 5 because of the light problems.
Do you know a woman by the name of Carlotta von Uberwald? Have you seen her around the temple?
Oh, yes. I know her. She's part of one of the darkest conspiracies. And they're plotting to take over the world by stealing the lost treasures of Errata and turning them towards a dark purpose. Don't trust her, Luton. Trust no one.
You know about Mundy's murder?
Of course.
Was she here when he was killed?
Yes. Yes, she was.
Okay.
Do you know Malachite?
They're planning to have him killed.
They? Who are they?
Nobody knows who they are. Only they know who they are. Maybe. I think they're the same ones who are putting poison in the beer.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa and a man named Two Conkers?
No.
No? I thought you knew everything.
Not everyone is important in the grand scheme.
That's a good point, Kira. Many conspiracy theorists have a tendency to fall into right-wing talking points. So it wouldn't surprise me if many conspiracy theorists out there are just like, pronouns, what's this pronouns bollocks, pronouns. But then will happily tell you that they are conspiring to run the world. Did we ask about Ilsa and Two Conkers, or am I just hovering my mouse?
Do you know a woman named Ilsa and a man named Two Conkers?
No.
No? I thought you knew everything.
Not everyone is important in the grand scheme.
Do you know Al Kali?
The dwarf? Yes, he's an associate of Horst's. A minor player in the greater scheme of things, but dangerous nonetheless.
Well, if Carlotta was at the temple at the time of the murder, she clearly did it. Otherwise, why would she have to establish an alibi?
Tell me about the counterweight killings.
Rumor has it that the Sun Emperor's private assassin is here in Ankh-Morpork, silencing those who have found out about the conspiracy to keep the Agatean Empire out of the secret trade talks at Ecclepon, thus ensuring that the counterweight continent's stature in the world economy is weakened.
Hold on, slow down a minute. Who's the Sun Emperor?
The ruler of the Agatean Empire, of course.
The Agatean Empire? That's on the counterweight continent, is it?
Shh. Not so loud. Don't you know about the patricians' conspiracy to deny the existence of the counterweight continent to the populace? He could have us killed just for talking about it.
But everyone knows that the counterweight continent is real. We had a tourist from there a couple of years ago.
Privately, everyone knows, yes. But publicly, it's still just a legend. And the patrician makes sure it stays that way.
So what you're telling me is that an assassin from a nation that publicly doesn't exist is here killing off certain influential figures.
Exactly!
And all this has to do with a trade meeting at Ecclepon.
Apparently, there may be more to it than that.
Why Ecclepon? That's hundreds of leagues away.
Yes, but Ecclepon is the nearest port to the Agatean Empire. And agents of the Ochre Revolution from the counterweight continent are going to be at the meeting.
I see.
I'm trying to remember if I own a copy of Interesting Times, or if that's one that came in and out of my collection somehow. I'm not going to read the spines of the books from here. Not without the light on and a binocular. Did we ask about Malachite?
What do you know about Sapphire?
That troll is nothing but trouble. She's in with the Breccia, you know, the troll mafia. She ran up huge
Pizza
gambling
time.
debts, and now she worked for them until she's paid them off.
Okay, that seemed like a real thing. Enjoy Pizza Cafe.
What can you tell me about Jasper Horst?
Horst is a major player in several conspiracies. The Brindisian Illuminati are still after him for stealing the unholy pail. Certainly not someone to be messed with.
What do you know about Sapphire?
That's Tron. She ran...
Right, so saying the same thing.
What do you know about...
She...
Right, they're getting lazy at this point now, where they're just like, oh, let's just ask the same question and the same topic. Can't wait killings. Yeah, we've done that one. Probably.
What do you know about a golden sword?
Oh, here we go.
Sword? Sword? You are not worthy to talk of that. Be silent, lest I smite you. Never speak of the sword again until you have proved yourself worthy in the eyes of Errata.
Okay, maybe that's a hint.
Do you know anything about obscure jewels?
I know that the tear of Offla has been stolen again.
Again?
They spend 1 month of the year admiring it in the lost jeweled Temple of Doom, and 11 months of the year tracking it down after someone steals it.
And the other month?
In the 13th month, they have to fill out all their insurance forms.
Insewer ants?
An Agatean concept. People pay money against the odds of a particular disaster or theft occurring. It's complicated.
And the house always wins.
The Milka brought some interesting cargo into Ankh-Morpork, I heard.
Oh, yes. Most people know that the Milka is part of the advanced fleet for the Klatchian Navy, but not everyone knows that they are smuggling top-grade Klatchian pornography into the city. It's all part of the Brindisian Illuminati's plot to corrupt the moral minority and make Ankh-Morpork the most depraved city on the Discworld.
It's already the most depraved city on the Discworld.
Now you see what we're up against. Actually, the porn wasn't a patch on the homemade stuff.
I like that conspiracy. Right, okay, is this going to be like...
The Milka brought...
Oh, it's all...
yeah.
Now, actually...
With the Assassin's Guild...
Right, okay. That's everything in the notebook. Have I shown in the picture?
Do you know a dwarf?
Ah, yes. He's a member of the Shin Kicker Triad. A minor player, though.
The Shin Kicker Triad.
Do you know what this is?
It's a Hersheben Groat.
What's a Hersheben Groat worth?
Nothing. Unless you want to hire a member of the Hashishim, the first assassins.
The Hashishim?
The original assassins. A band of mad killers who are feared throughout Hubwood Clatch. They derived their name from the huge quantities of hashish they consumed. They are unique among killers in being both deadly and, at the same time, inclined to giggle and wear beads. The ones with the flared trousers are the most deadly of all.
And you'd pay one with a Hersheben Groat?
No, but if you give it to one, he'll stare at it for hours and leave you alone.
I like the sound of those dudes. I think we're done with him, right?
I'll have to go. The truth is out there.
Trust no one.
Yeah, alright, Fox Mulder. Boo-doo-boo-boo, what's this big telescope? Nothing else going on. Have a good scoop around. Ah, the 90s, a simpler and more innocent time. Right, is this that? That's the same. We got some totems. Let's go look at some totems.
Religious emblems were scattered throughout the place. the sacred lace of Hyperopia, the goddess of shoes, the holy trolley of Mr. Safeway, the blessed chamber pot of the whinging martyrs of Constipata. Anything could become a sacred relic if you weren't careful enough.
That Safeway joke aged. When did Safeway go out of business in the UK? Surely it was like around 2000. I remember there being one in Swansea. I think my uncle worked there for a bit.
Most of the statues were a mystery to me, but I recognized the odd face. There was Zephyrus, the god of slight breezes, and Lamentatio, the goddess of interminable opera. I thought I could see FedEx, messenger of the gods, in one corner.
That's a good gag. That's one of those gags, though, that's better written. Having someone read it out.
It would have been satisfying to smash up one of the statues, but it would probably have caused a lot of trouble.
Oh.
I didn't need a totem, and I wouldn't steal one from here even if I did.
Right, okay, fine. Guess we're going over here. We got Mooncalf and a stained glass window. And that's it. Let's look at the stained glass window.
Behind Mooncalf was a beautiful stained glass window depicting Morphine, the angel of dreams, passing the recipe for the Discworld's first pizza to a mortal.
Of course. Hello, Mooncalf.
You with the hat. Have you accepted Anu Anu into your heart?
The name isn't you with the hat, it's Luton. And no, I haven't accepted Anu Anu into my heart. Why should I?
For it is written in the book of Kelpie, he who has not the spirit of Anu Anu in his heart shall have his heart eaten by the Divine One on the day of judgment.
I'll take that chance.
Or you may mock, infidel, but the day of judgment is coming, mark my words. The signs are clear, the omens are unquestionable, the stars are right and the auguries are undeniable.
What about the auspices?
The auspices are fair to light with a small chance of judgment day later in the eon.
I think you're taking the auspice.
A, that was quite a gag. Again, probably one that's much better written down. And B, that's Rob Brydon doing his Anthony Hopkins.
Did your church buy that window?
We are not a church, we're a cult.
What's the difference?
Demographics. Churches appeal to the high society element. Good for funding, but bad for grassroots support. Now, your average cult has much more of a street-level membership. Not so much money, but easier to get things done.
Well, did your cult buy that window?
No. It was purchased by the eternal seers of Revelation Joe many years ago. It depicts the moment when the divine prophet was given the recipe for pizza by the creator.
How come you're working in front of it?
The eternal seers ran out of support decades ago.
It figures.
Pizza.
Now let me get this straight. The eternal seers of Revelation Joe worshipped pizza.
No, my child. The legends say that the first pizza was created by the Klatchian mystic Ronron Revelation Joe Sawadi, who claimed to have been given the recipe in a dream by the creator of the Discworld himself. Allegedly, the creator said that the pizza was what he had intended all along. Those who have seen the original say that what the creator had in mind was a small cheese and pepperoni affair, with a few black olives, and things like mountains and seas got added out of last-minute enthusiasm, as so often happens.
So who were the eternal seers?
The survivors of the schism of the Turnwise Ones and the resulting Grand Jihad.
Grand Jihad?
Yes. After the deaths of some 25,000 people, the faithful were allowed to add one small bay leaf to the recipe.
So is this divine figure in the window the creator?
Oh, no. It is blasphemy for any to depict the rat face of the creator.
Because of his divine stature?
No. Because it is clear that world creation is not a divine act, but a rather straightforward mechanical function. Hence, to praise the creator would be blasphemy.
How does the creator feel about that?
He seems content. He's had some success with his design, apparently. The details are sketchy.
Hi, Nas. How you doing? Welcome in. You are coming in at an odd time. We do it, just a little jihad, just as a treat. We are in the Temple of Small Gods. And Rob Brydon is talking to Rob Brydon. Rob Brydon doing his Terry Wogan as a hard-boiled detective is talking to Rob Brydon doing his Anthony Hopkins as a mystical priest. Yeah, hi, how you doing, Ass? Good to see you.
So, here I am, a fresh
the
punter.
90s strike
Why should I
again.
choose your religion over anyone else's?
Because Anu Anu is the true god of gods, more mighty and strong than all the others put together.
About half the gods in this temple alone claim to be the true god of gods.
But Anu Anu reveals himself through his divine miracles.
Such as?
Ever looked at your thumb? Ever really thought about it? Ever considered what you couldn't do if you didn't have a thumb?
Anu Anu is the god of thumbs?
No, but Anu Anu bites away the thumbs of the non-believer.
I'm not convinced. Anything else?
Join the cult of Anu Anu now to receive a free faux pearl statuette of the great god Anu Anu at $90 value, absolutely free. Be the envy of your friends as they roast in the fires of Sogorop.
Thanks, but I'll pass.
Got your hair done. You know what? That sounds... Oh, I haven't pressed the fancy button for a while. Excellent. Hope you're looking good. Hope you're feeling swish. Did they give you some va-va-voom? When I went and got, if you remember, when I had long hair, and then I cut it all off for charity, mate. And I cut it into, I think you might remember, a bob and bangs. And when I went in there, they put some stuff and made it all go, ooh, cute and frizzy and stuff, and said, do you want some va-va-voom? And I'm like, yeah, I want some va-va-voom. So I had some va-va-voom. And then I tromped around town for a little bit more, and it got a bit hot and sweaty, and all the va-va-voom fell out. We can't have nice things in this world. You can only have va-va-voom for a short time. I'm having an existential crisis over va-va-voom now. We're talking to Mooncalf. I want to get through talking to Mooncalf, because then we were going to wrap up and raid on.
So what is Anu Anu the god of?
Anu Anu is above being bound to one single concept or idea. He is power incarnate.
Come on, level with me. What is he the god of?
It's not to be discussed with non-believers.
So this is less of a religion and more of a lucky dip.
Oh, I feel sorry for you on Judgment Day.
You keep mentioning Judgment Day. What do you mean?
Mark my words, it's coming. Darkness and evil shall descend on this city, and fetal corruption shall consume the very souls of the unbelievers. Only the followers of Anu Anu shall be saved.
Darkness and evil? How exactly are we going to tell Judgment Day from any other day in Ankh-Morpork?
By the time you realize what's going on, it will be too late.
It generally is.
If va-va-voom lasts for more than 3 hours, consult a doctor. It's true. Also, Rob Brydon's Anthony Hopkins is also Rob Brydon's Richard Burton. It's because they're all from Port Talbot, but 2 of them have actor voices. And Rob is just a mimic. Right. Let's go through the stuff. Have you seen this dwarf?
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
I do not.
I had a
Right, okay, no, don't show him the coin. Notes. Right. To the top. Here we go. We can speed this.
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
I prefer to involve myself with more spiritual matters.
What about the number?
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
I prefer to involve my...
Right, no, fine. Doesn't know anything about them. Right, Carlotta works here, so...
I asked Mooncalf if Carlotta was in the temple when Mundy was murdered. Frankly, he didn't seem very sure. His face took on a vacant look, like someone trying to remember who won the boat race in the year of the asthmatic antelope.
Yes. Yes, I believe I saw her in the temple that night.
Does she come here often?
She is indeed a regular of the Temple of Small Gods. I myself have lectured her at great length on the virtues of the cult of Anu Anu.
Why does she come here?
Why does anyone come here, Luton? For answers. For absolution. Perhaps simply out of boredom. But mostly for something to give her life a meaning.
What makes you think life has a meaning?
20 million zealots can't all be wrong.
There are 20 million members of your cult?
Not of this cult, but every religion is testament to the quest for meaning, even if our cult is the only true religion.
Don't you feel like you're just servicing a group of selfish, self-obsessed, half-wit deities whose ability to survive without you is considerably less than your ability to survive without them?
Watch your tongue, Luton. Talk like an atheist and you can expect a lightning bolt to strike you where you least expect.
I'll take my chances.
Okay.
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
No.
Okay. I like a quick answer.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conkers?
They are not followers of Anu Anu, and I do not associate with infidels.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Kali?
My time belongs to the god Anu Anu, and I'd thank you not to waste it.
Yeah, I haven't read Small Gods for some time. Again, I'm not sure if that's in my collection or not.
Have you heard of the counterweight killings?
I have not.
Nothing at all? Heard about any ritualistic killings in Ankh-Morpork?
Again, I have not.
I was suspicious. Most religious fanatics would have turned the counterweight killings into fuel for their zealous fire. Mooncalf's silence spoke more than words. Not literally. It wouldn't be much of a silence if it spoke. I imagine silences get kicked out of school for that sort of thing. The point was, I was suspicious of Mooncalf. There was something he wasn't telling me. I asked Mooncalf where he was when Mundy was murdered. He seemed to take it in his stride. Perhaps religious fanatics are used to being suspects in murder investigations.
I was holding a service at that time.
Where?
Here, in the sanctum of the Temple of Small Gods.
So you have witnesses.
But of course, my entire congregation saw me give a glorious sermon in honor of Anu Anu.
So you can give me the names of some of your congregation to back up your alibi.
Betray the confidence of my flock? You must think me shallow of faith, Luton, to propose such a barbaric plan of action.
Shall I take that as a no, then?
Right.
I asked Mooncalf where he was. He seemed to... Perhaps...
Oh, wait.
Where?
Here.
So... But... So you...
Betray the... You must think me...
Shall I take...
That's the question we already asked. We're getting to the point now where a lot of questions.
I'm trying to find out why a troll named Sapphire would lie to me. Any thoughts?
I prefer to involve myself...
More spiritual matters. Fine. That went the wrong direction. I wanted to... Gap, fip, lup, bip.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
No.
No. I like his quick answers, though.
You don't happen to know how a troll singer might end up with a lot of money by any chance?
I prefer to involve myself with more spiritual matters.
That's fair.
Do you know anything about Sapphire's losing streak?
I prefer to...
Spiritual right, he doesn't care about Sapphire. That's fine. The Countweight killings we asked about. Probably won't ask about the golden sword.
What can you tell me about a golden sword?
We're asking the religious people.
You should talk to Malaclips, the mad priest over on the other side of the temple. I'm sure he'd be delighted to talk to you about golden swords.
That sounds more like a euphemism now.
The jewel wasn't the kind of...
Okay, we're not discussing the jewel with him. What about wine?
Do you know anything about the wine barrels the Milka was carrying?
I prefer to involve my...
Every more spiritual matters.
Do you know anything about the crate belonging to the von Uberwalds that was on the Milka?
I prefer to...
Do you know anything about the Varberg crates that were on the Milka?
I prefer to...
Spiritual matters, hiding place.
With the
yeah, no, we're not going to ask about the hiding place. Okay. We have exhausted Mooncalf.
Well, I'll be on my way.
I'll be here should you choose to repent. Did I tell you that we're giving away free tea towels to anyone who joins this week?
Oh, wait. Free tea towels? Fine. Do you know anything about the brandy the Milka was carrying? It's not Chat GPT. You can't hack it like that. Imagine my grandmother. Right. Thing is, I am going to save the game. Thank you, Nightbot. I'm not just going to, but that's the spirits. Ha ha ha. And then I'm going to quit playing. Because we're going to wrap this one up. But first we get a little bit of the peak of computing. Just like, I mean, over there, literally a peak there. But this was just like absolute, you know, the beauty. Computing has never gotten any better looking. You can take your Mac OS 10, you can take your KDE, your GNOME, your Windows 10, 11. Nothing is more beautiful than this. And there's no greater sound than... what a beautiful sound that one is. Alrighty, folks. That was another little bit. We're progressing. We are progressing. That story's getting wilder. Right, let's get that keyboard out of the way. Let's get that mouse out of the way. Let's get this keyboard and mouse back. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. It's lovely to spend time with you. Lovely to see you all. No streams tomorrow. Friendo's birthday back in Swansea. Gonna go back to Swansea. You can't dim the beauty of Solaris 2.6 and a Spark 20. Oh, what with the CD desktop? I know CD's a bit bland though, isn't it? Was it CD and Solaris 2 like Solaris basically have they're always CD desktops, right? They have been since year dot. So it was the shit in 1999, but then 2001 happened and the beautiful Green Hills. Well, actually I think the beautiful Green Hills happened in the early 90s for Sonic, but for computing, desktop computing. Who's doing what? Angel Bless is doing Sonic Frontiers. Hexagonal is doing Science and Technology, apparently. Coding Marathon, I see. Moonchi's on, just eating and watching mess, apparently. Shall we go see Angel? I mentioned Sonic. Let's go see Angel Bless / Raid Angel Bless. There we go, folks. Alrighty, like I say, no streams tomorrow, so I guess it'll be next Friday, 6 p.m. for more Discworld Noir. We'll get back to the Rapture at some point. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. You lot are just lovely. Just such a lovely, wonderful bunch. I love spending time with you, and I'm glad that you choose to spend time with me. We have a raid message. Ray is very good at making sure that raid message is plonked out in chat. We are the Nerdhood and we're coming to town. Beep beep. One day someone will get that song. Right. If you want to hang out more, there's a bunch of links in the down below. You'll find the Discords there. Should be there. And my Mastodon and my Twitters and stuff. I'm about. I'm not like hard find. I'm just lazy. So I'm sure I will see you around and about in different places, on friend streams and the like. But in the meantime, we're going to go and see Angel Bless, and she's playing Sonic Frontiers, which should be fun. And I will see all you around and about, but here next Friday. All right, mwah, goodbye.